How about on my dearest YouTube friends? Today we are in a new video, a new news video loaded with news in which we are going to talk about different topics that surround the battle. First of all, I have to say that if you are interested in Superior Battles t-shirts, you have my WhatsApp in the description in case you are interested. Send me a message and we'll see how we can do shipping and so on. Okay, so let's start friends with news that is the acceptances of. The Hunter and Core Weekend, let's remember the real event that is currently happening, which has come with a lot of buzz with the topic of cures. What team do I belong to? What team am I on? How do I get to change teams and all that? Well, we have a series of appreciations from Kaban, okay? And what they told us is that although the Hunger Kingdom event was on its way to surpass 10,000 points, we've heard their comments about the pressure of reaching those maximum milestones. Because friends, you are going to see the game right now. Well, basically, we already have the Kingdom event, okay? And 10,000 points have been exceeded, but you are already realizing that many from the Kingdom of Hunger, basically those who were zombies, are not going to reach the level of 10,000 points. Therefore, what they have done is reduce the score necessary to be able to absolutely get all the prizes that, as you are already seeing, they have scored less. For example, the Cure Kingdom comes to 7.7 as a maximum points, and the Kingdom of Hunger event, you are already seeing that they have reduced it to 3.1. Therefore, all the prizes can already be obtained. It doesn't matter which side you're on, okay? So what we have been told is that this way, regardless of which side we end up on, we will receive the same rewards that the other group is worth. Therefore, this event was always conceived with a fun connection with Marvel Zombies. Let us remember that it was the last series that Marvel from the MCU brought us, okay? So, the hardest decision you're going to have to make is to choose between these hopeful hunger profile photos or the adorable cure photos. Here, friends, I have a small dilemma and a question that I will ask Kavan after this video because it just arose. Is that friends of mine, since I didn't know that they were going to equal the ones together, I left for the event of the cure because I'm sure they were going to reach all the points. But friends, look at my profile photos. The Kingdom of Hunger event seems spectacular to me, and see how zombies, Captain America, Ghost or Calcon or Colidanos are made. They're just incredible, friends. If I had known that Kaban would have even the points, I would not have gone for the Healing Kingdom event. I would have gone for the Hunger Kingdom event. But hey, that's a question that I will leave to Kaban. Because the truth is that I would love to have those zombie profile photos, because you are already realizing that the ones that and I, who is the Kingdom of the Cure, well, they are not a big deal either. For example, I like Thanos's Opoyes, but that's it. The rest seems too mech to me, so I would love to get the profile images of the other from the other event. Then let's see how Kaban fixes that. Apart from that, they tell us not to worry. Oops, but you're not seeing it. Don't worry, because their efforts at this event will continue to influence next month's Bus Saga for our events. We'll see what it brings us. So, what do you prefer to be? Be one of the cure or be a zombie? The truth is that I preferred to be a zombie, but since we knew that we were not going to end up being zombies because of the poorly designed event that Kaban had, I left for the cure event. Do you want to be a zombie again, or do you want to stay in the cure? Leave it in the comments. No folks, we're having trouble in Zone 27 of hard raids. Let's remember that there are raids of the summoned symbiote Veil, and that when you were doing it in pairs, there were a series of bugs. Okay, they already tell us that they have corrected the raids error where a small number of summons get stuck in Area 27 raids in pairs. There is a workaround available, but players who are already stuck in Zone 27 will not be able to advance without restarting their raid. To solve it, we will award rewards from Zone 27 to 30 to all players who got stuck in Zone 27 during a doubtful incursion before the solution is worth including the point of the Alliance event. Therefore, friends, if this problem has happened to you, and for whatever reason you have been stuck with something like that, you already know that they are going to be giving you the rooms without doing them from the 27th to the 30th, and apart from you they go. Is it taking that point of the Alliance event to be able to get that character selector from the Inculturator's Crystal? Okay, next week we will send this information to the affected summoners when you are affected. I assume that today, being Tuesday, maybe you are already receiving this communication, or did you? That's all on your part. So, perfect. Okay, this is 2 o'clock a.m. First news. The second news, friends, is that by poking a little bit on Mario Vatter's Twitter superiors, the officer, okay, we're seeing that they're going to be giving away characters, okay? 10 creepy characters to all the new players. Therefore, I mean friends and for whatever. Do you want to create a new account or something like that? I think it is the right time because, friends, they are going to be giving you starting on the 19th. November, I think it was forgiveness. Starting November 13, they will be giving you 4-star characters, 3 stars. We do not know yet, totally free to play. Surely on a calendar, you are seeing that these battles, because you are already seeing that they are awakening gems, 4-star resurrection selectors, life orbs, or 3 of 3-star crystals. Orosa, which is quite good if for whatever reason you create an account right now. So if you feel like creating an account or directly tell him, anyone creating an account. Well, now a lot of time is coming. We are going to be giving away various champions such as Null or Ryder, Mancinel, Shern, Orton, already with Lantern, Mephisto, Morbius, Screen, Venom, Pool. They are very good characters. The truth is that we have here, we will see if for the rest of the players, they give us something. Okay, friends, penultimate news, okay, because the last one has Fabric. Let's talk at length about the topic, and it is that, friends, I remind you that the Konsu page is over. To update, and you have already received one of the best app tips that the creator has had. Okay, in this case, you are already seeing on screen everything that can be done with this one. With this page, you can have tools show that you can make a maker. You can do the prestige theme, which this is. Yes, it is the ultimate barbarity, which is the best thing about the page, because here you get both the top 30 prestige of the characters and that of the relics, which not even Tawan himself has taken out. Therefore, this page for me is one of the best, and I think that Kaban should give it, since I know some benefit to this person who created it, because it seems ridiculous to me how the page has been worked on and how you have it. Look, for example, of the relics, here you have absolutely all the relics. What prestige do they have? What is the maximum in 200? I don't know. It seems silly to me how this colleague, this lover of superior marmatas, has created a scandal. And friends, we are going for the latest news, which is actually news as such, but it also includes critical issues. Okay, because friends, again, people are complaining about the difficulty of Anciano. Okay, let's remember that it is the adaptive monthly super mission that you are already going to be seeing in the games themselves. Even I myself have been too lazy to finish it. Here you are seeing Children of the Night. It is called the monthly supervision for this October, and you will see that I have not completed it yet. I simply have only one chapter left, which is that of Dracula, but I still tell you that it seems to me a very long one. Yes, it is true that the awards have been improving it, and also that it depends on prestige and so on, but friends, it is still very tedious because there are many struggles. In this case, I really can't complain because I have a fairly large roster. But many summoners, many people who play the game don't have this level of roster. Therefore, it can be difficult for them to have 20 fights, 18 fights, 17 fights with the same class. Okay, that's what he's complaining about. Because all the people you're going to see right now, okay, then here on the forum, well, they've complained. For example, the problem for me is not the difficulty or the process to unlock it, which indeed is. You have to take a look at the classic version. Everyone can do that. What bothers me the most is having to change champions about 20 times in each mission. I wish there was an option to keep a champion for the entire mission. This god and requires a lot of supervision. That's totally true. Let's remember that there are 20 fights in which you have to use 20 different characters. They already touched on this a little with the Gauntlet of the Brave, leaving 3 characters, then you left 3 characters, and then you put it as a kind of curse so that you couldn't use it in this way, because you made the time much shorter and that it was shorter, because I think the problem here is that they are very long due to the issue of the character having to be there. Let's see which character I have to choose which counter, because it is good for this node and this character. of the defender. So for me, this issue of difficulty becomes very tedious, old man. I am totally in favor of what our colleague here in the forum says, that basically what they should do is do like the last changes they made of how much the Brave does. Well, quite shortly before, it is the adaptive mission in which to take and put three characters that of course cannot be working as synergies. You have those three characters for the first three fights, but then you have the fight for him, you do it, you change it, and then you change it again to another three. So the weather is producing you quite strong. That for me is essential. Okay, and apart from people complaining on the forum itself, they also complain, okay, for example, I saw the previous post asking for an infographic. I just tried it myself, and it's annoying not to use champions that benefit from nodes, but I've been playing for 9 years and it's hard for me to get enough champions of 5, rank 5, 65, or rank 2 of 7. So now I'm testing range 1 and others in mind at range 4, or just sweeping without the benefits of the nodes. There are no synergies available, and the lack of health recharge during broadcast is that it was slow. Resource consumption. This is also true because let us remember, what is this adaptive mission due to? Well, it focuses more on the crucibles and at certain times on the nodes, because I'm going to be healing. For example, to make it more accessible to all the people who have a totally like that face, because I would put maybe a couple of 100% healings in the middle of the mission, so that this way many people find it easier. So basically, you have to wait for them to fit because he issues some statement or something like that, as he did with the one with the Gauntlet of the Brave, and we just have to wait. So friends, that's it for today's video. If you like this video, you emerge or you are, and see you in others video. Ciao, ciao. And before finishing the video, thank you very much to all of you who are channel members this October 2025. Many thanks to the MySoris of JP Elias Ramirez and Oscar Salmeron, and to Auca Roldan for being an authentic sorry. If you want to become a member, you have it in the description of all the videos. Ciao, ciao, yeah?